I've driven the SRT8 at the Texas Motor Speedway.
Oh yeah?
So I'm very familiar with the power and all that, and this obviously is a different version, right?
Yeah, so this is the Summit. So we've got, there's kind of like, there's a few main veins of Grand Cherokee. You have the everyday use, which is like the Laredo Limited Overland type person. You have the Trailhawk, which is the capable version.
Okay.
Then you've got, this is the Summit, this is the luxury version. So this is the 2017 Summit. For this, updated in this is the all-new front end. This interior is brand new. So I was the Grand Cherokee brand manager for the last 2 years. I now do global Jeep marketing. But I put the last 2 years of my life into this in the Trailhawk. So every surface you see in this car is wrapped in leather. So this is leather here. If you open the door, these lower door panels here are all wrapped in leather.
I love it. I love it, by the way.
This is Laguna leather. This is about the softest leather you can buy in the automotive industry. We looked at Ferrari leather because they're in the family, and we thought it wasn't good enough. This is about as nice as you can get with leather.
How about the headliner?
So it's a suede-like headliner. We tried to put everything we could into this one. It's like we're kind of running out of ideas at this point.
So literally, you hit the Summit.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good one. I do just everything about it.
So this is all leather. The seat backs, even the lower rear door panels are wrapped in leather.
Thank you. Thank you.
And this one has the 5.7.
Okay.
So not quite as like crazy performance as the SRT,
but you can't get an SRT Summit.
No, you can't.
So this is basically, if you want total luxury Jeep back, how Jeeps used to be very yuppie mobile back in the 90s. This is not a yuppie mobile in that respect, but this is like the nicest.
Yeah, this
Jeep.
is, so we're just trying to push the envelope. But honestly, if you look at it, so this is the interior package is our signature design package. It's a $5,000 package on the Summit. So when you get a Summit and you put this package into it, it's about $57,000. But if you look at the Range Rover or let's say Mercedes GLE, and you spec that car up with the same amount of interior, this car is about $10,000 to $15,000 cheaper.
Okay.
The same type of interior, and then the equipment level. So this has lane departure warning, parallel and perpendicular park assist, will park for you, adaptive cruise control, forward collision warning, all of the safety equipment, nav, a beautiful 8.4 screen. I mean, literally just everything we had we put in this car.
Does it have rear cross traffic alert?
Yep, rear cross path, blind spot.
Okay. Is it an adjustable suspension?
Yep, so this has the air suspension.
Nice. Now it's not just like the Range Rover one where it's high or low. This one actually has a sport version.
So you've got a few modes. You've got normal ride height.
Okay.
And then when you're on the freeway, it goes into aero mode, so it lowers the car into a more aerodynamic mode.
At what speed does it do that?
It's about 52, 53 miles an hour.
Okay.
The engineers chose rather than like 50 or 55, it's like 52 or 53, I don't know why.
Yeah.
But then you've got off-road 1 and off-road 2 for the off-road settings.
Okay, I see it here. It says aero now.
Yep.
Okay.
And then you've got all the select terrain here, which is snow, sand, rock, mud. I personally use, probably in real life, I use the sand, or the snow, and the auto the most.
Okay.
So the really nice thing about this is, like, say I'm in Michigan and it starts snowing, I throw it into snow mode. It starts the car out in second gear, so you limit the torque slip on the snow. Alters the anti-lock brake system, makes the torque split 50-50, whereas auto you're about 60-40. So all these different modes here do something to improve the dynamics of the car depending on the situation. Like we tried to put everything in this, and it's not a cheap Jeep. But then I look at like a
is there ever a cheap Jeep?
No.
And
even if you buy a cheap Wrangler, you're going to end up putting tons of money into it anyways in the aftermarket with wheels and lifts and tires.
Yeah.
No such thing as a cheap Jeep. But like, a Tahoe starts out like $50,000 and it's like a cloth interior. This is 57, 58. This is like all I could think of.
I mean, yeah, this is full-on luxury in here.
Yep.
I'm a very big fan. Just the touches, the design, everything that's been put in here.
Yeah, I kind of just told the designers you got a blank check.
Wow.
Have at it.
That's what you get are good results. I mean, even on the center console, it's leather wrapped.
It really changes the dynamic of the Grand Cherokee, this whole leather wrapped center console. And
yeah, I'm blown away, actually, because I remember at the State Fair of Texas last week, I was there and I saw an Eco Diesel Summit.
Mm-hmm.
That was very similar to looking this one. I think it's the same color and everything, but just my jaw dropped on it. I never expected a Jeep to look this good inside.
Yeah, we've really tried to step up our game.
I don't care what it looks like on the outside because I'm not out there, but in here,
yeah, that's what I tried to help people understand. Like, Jeep is a very emotional brand, so our exterior designs always come first. I mean, we always we obsess about the exterior because it's a very emotional brand. But I try to, when we're doing this, I'm like, people live in these cars. That's how we're going to get people to come back.
Mm-hmm.
It's just like you just do whatever you can to make the nicest one possible.
Well, on the channel I have Diesel Review, I drive these cars as far as they can go on a single tank. Now, I'd love to do it with the Eco Diesel when there's one here, but you're spending 7, 9, 11 hours in one trip.
Yep.
This is what I want to spend it in.
Oh yeah. I took one of the diesels in Michigan. I took it for a weekend. I took it from where I live, 4.5 hours north, drove around a little bit for 2 days, drove home, 1 tank of gas in the diesel.
Yeah.
This is awesome.
Now, are these ventilated seats too?
Yeah, so these are, if you go to the climate here, or controls, you've got ventilated seats, heated steering wheel.
Wow. And this is the same kind of Uconnect system that Chrysler has? Okay, so this is like the award-winning system now.
Yep.
Wow.
So I like it because it's very simple and intuitive for people to use, and that's what we pride ourselves on.
Yeah, there's hardly any glare.
Mm-hmm.
It's very easy to see all the little icons. Just move around on it, and you can either use the touchscreen or the knobs to get what I want.
Yeah, we're really I've tried for years to get rid of the knobs on us, and we're very passionate about the redundant controls.
Yeah,
because I know people love them. I like them. Just a customer myself, I like having the volume control, just the knobs. Sometimes having the physical buttons is a good thing. Yeah, about the only thing this doesn't have is some of the off-road equipment the Trailhawk has.
Now that's a Grand Cherokee?
Yep.
Okay. Now, is there a difference in the Trailhawk with like the off-roading prowess?
Yeah, so the Trailhawk has a more aggressive suspension. The tires are off-road tires. These are Pirelli Scorpion Verde tires.
Okay.
Very good on-road and all-weather tires. So I really, when I was working with the engineering team, I said, this isn't, the person's not going to take this car off-road, but this needs to be the best all-weather tire and road tire that we can. So the Pirelli Scorpion Verde on this is a very good all-around tire, all-weather, snow, rain, and a very quiet tire as well.
It was, I noticed that, it was very quiet on the highway, especially these 20-inch wheels?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very little tire ring going over bumps. So really tried to make sure this had a different feel than the Trailhawk. The Trailhawk, the tires are Goodyear Adventure. They have Kevlar reinforcement.
Wow.
The sidewall is beefed up with Durawall technology, so as you air down and going off-road, like all the weight of your vehicle is going to be on that tire, so it doesn't blow out the sidewall. It's got skid plates underbody, so the skid plates are made of 1/4 inch of steel.
Okay.
So it's very much a different animal.
And so it weighs a little bit more.
It does weigh a little bit more, yep.
Same engine though.
Yeah, you can get the 3.6 V8 or diesel in the Trailhawk or the Summit.
So far, this is the best suspension I've driven on this track right now. So that's good.
It's because we geared the suspension for a little bit heavier duty. You could take this one on off-road 3. I mean, this car would be fine over on the off-road course.
And so this is automatically adjusting the suspension based on the terrain, or
so the air suspension adjusts as you're going, but to actually go up to the next ride height, you either have to go to one of these modes, or you can just, like right here on the fly,
okay,
I'll just put it in off-road 2 and it's going to raise us up 2.2 inches.
I feel it raising up. And one thing I always remember about Jeeps, especially obviously the Wrangler and the Grand Cherokees, they had a really tight turning radius.
Mm-hmm.
Is that something you guys keep on purpose?
Okay. Yeah, it's because trail rating. So we trail rate all Jeeps. Not every Jeep you buy is trail rated, but every Jeep will have a trail rated model. So the points that go into that are maneuverability. So that comes in the turning radius, articulation, water fording, traction, as we design the Jeeps, we have to keep all of the trail rated capabilities in mind. So we have to make it maneuverable. We've got to keep the suspension articulation. Got to talk about water fording. So you can do up to 20 inches of water in this car.
All my comments, especially related to the Jeep Grand Cherokee, is I want you to drive the EcoDiesel, mainly because what I do is sometimes it's hard for me to get cars and arrange for what I do, but I'll drive them from Austin. Which
Did
is
you
where I'm based.
hypermiling?
Not necessarily. I try and stay in at the speed limit, but I do some passing. I don't really have an aim for an average MPG or an average speed, but I just drive it the way it takes to get that efficiency out of it. And it would be great to see how similar SUVs are, even with that diesel technology. You know, the most efficient technology they can put into it, all-wheel drive, air suspension. How much can you load up on a vehicle and still not have any detriment to your
and the great thing is the great thing about this diesel is you get up to 730 miles of range on the Grand Cherokee diesel.
Oh man,
because you got a bigger gas tank, but you can also tow 7,200 pounds.
Yeah,
it's awesome.
In order to show the luxury, because that's a luxury, not having to stop for that many miles.
Yep.
I have to do it.
It's nice. 24.6 gallon tank. And the hard thing about it is we're coming up against all these CO2 regulations, trying to reduce weight. Fuel tank is one of the easiest, most cost-effective ways to reduce weight in a vehicle.
That's, what is it, 8 pounds a gallon?
Yep.
Yeah.
So you take a gallon or two here, that's 16 pounds. That's like $55 in aluminum. You could. So I mean,
yeah, that's a lot.
You see a lot of OEMs making that trade-off, but we feel that in Jeep, it's one thing we want to keep is the range.
Yeah,
because we're not off-roading. You may not see a gas station for a while.
Oh, for sure. I mean, you'd be surprised on my trips through West Texas.
Oh, I'm sure.
There's no cell phone reception. and some of these cars have run flats. Well, what's 50 miles going to do for you? Nothing. So it's
yeah, this has a full-size spare.
That's good. Yeah, you got to have it. You have to. Otherwise, is that part of trail rating?
Every trail-rated vehicle and every vehicle with a trailer tow on the other side for a Jeep has a full-size spare. Okay. And all Summits come with a trailer tow.
I think I'm in the right section. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
All right.
And